Vaughn Wamsley is well known here in central Indiana. His commercials are all over television, and his success as a personal injury attorney speaks for itself.
But as 24-Hour News 8's Phil Sanchez tells us, had it not been for a tragic accident, Wamsley may have never found his calling.
That accident took place in May of 1982. Wamsley was riding his bicycle when he was hit by a vehicle. The accident would put him in a coma and cause serious brain damage. They told him he would never be a successful lawyer. But Wamsley proved everyone wrong, and he's hoping his story will help others.
You being hit by the car is probably the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm being dead honest.
Sometimes in life, things happen for a reason.
I would not have appreciated life to the extent that I do. I would not have lived life to the extent that I have, and I would not have helped people to the extent I have either. Hey, Kenny, can you get Mike, please?
For Vaughn Wamsley, that moment came some 34 years ago.
It was just an accident. I mean, he didn't see me. He probably should have seen me, but he didn't.
The accident happened in Bloomington, just outside of the football stadium. He was riding his bicycle when he was struck head-on by a driver.
Broke my nose, my jaw, my skull, severed my jugular vein.
In a coma for 3 months, Wamsley would wake up
I'd like to speak to...
at a rehab center in Dallas.
Yeah, you're the person I want to speak to. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I couldn't even spell cat or dog. So my parents started looking for a nursing home or a convalescent home or some home because I'd never be able to live independently. When's the statute run?
The one-time honor student who was accepted into law school would have to relearn basic life skills.
I had a hard time with my speech. And I mean, I went through occupational therapy, speech therapy, physical therapy. I went through all the therapies.
Not fully healed, Wamsley was eager to get back on his feet.
Then I wanted to go back to law school. And they told me I wouldn't be ready, but I thought otherwise. I'd give it. I knew if I didn't get back on the horse, I wouldn't ride the horse.
So it was back to Bloomington, back to IU. The same place where it all began and nearly ended. But Wamsley says he had a new reason for being there, a new purpose.
The Bible tells you that you're to comfort others with the comfort you receive, and that's what I wanted to do.
But first he would have to get through law school.
I studied 19 hours a day, and no matter how hard I tried to remember this stuff, when it came time to take the test, I couldn't remember anything that I'd learned, or even in class when they asked me the questions the next day, I couldn't remember the case. So I flagged my first year, had dropped it.
He didn't quit. He kept enrolling. With each semester would come better grades, and a transfer to Notre Dame. And finally, a law degree.
It's associated with his injuries.
It wouldn't be long before he found his calling. Personal injury law, to help those who, like him, suffered a severe injury.
Man makes his plans according to the desires of his heart, but God guides his steps.
And now, more than 30 years later, Vaughn Wamsley has become one of the most well-known and successful personal injury attorneys in central Indiana.
I've had fraternity brothers that are still around Indianapolis, and a lot of them didn't know I was even going to live, and were quite surprised to see that I had not only lived, but I'm on the back of the phone book.
And all over your TV as well, Wamsley has not only been able to overcome those injuries and become successful professionally, but personally as well. He went on to get married and have 2 children. And as we approach the holiday season, his story, a true testament that miracles can happen and that life's roadblocks are sometimes a blessing in disguise. Phil Sanchez, 24-Hour News 8.